Good evening. Thank you all for coming, and thank you, Bob, for putting my play on. I would like to introduce the readers. It is Pauline Lou Devereaux, Bob Devereaux, Ray Turner, Leslie Hale, and Adrian O'Reilly on the guitar.
Graphite and Company. The empty stage. 3 spotlights. 2 actors and an actress. Number 3 is the actress. The spotlights go on and off to varying intensities of music. The text of the chorus is spoken off stage. The actors are not on the stage. Only the spotlights are visible and go on and off as they speak.
Now, the only time to speak in.
But don't forget.
Now, only remember now.
He is on his way, the actor, he is on his way.
Where is he?
Behind the wall, behind the word.
He will celebrate our glow.
Or run away from it.
What will he do?
Look for the word that leads
To the word.
Look for the other to share.
our glow.
Look for each other.
Be found
And escape alone.
behind the word.
Behind the wall.
The noise of cutting paper. Words fall on the stage like leaves from a tree. The actor sweeps them up. Instead of behaving like dead leaves, they make noises, close to talking, but without meaning. The actor picks them up and looks at them. The noise stops. He reads them aloud, very slowly, like someone learning a language. After the word think, an actress appears. They both read words at the same time in different order, creating chaos. The music gets louder. They have to fight it. They throw the words like balls against the wall.
Always. Wave. Feel. Coffee. Hear. Butterfly. Think.
Butterfly,
Bread.
cherry blossom,
Wherever.
walk,
Touch.
child,
There.
nowhere.
Aubergine.
Unicorn,
Dream.
ginger cake,
Arrive.
banana,
Travel.
arrive,
Stay.
wherever,
Stumble.
fall,
Dance.
dance.
After a while, abrupt silence and darkness. Light dances across the stage looking for the centre, finds it. Now we can see the actor in a corner of the stage watching the light. He tiptoes towards it, but it moves away from him. The actor and the actress create sentences with the words. A wooden structure of a tree is on the stage. The actors read the sentences out loud as they stick the papers on the tree as if they were leaves. The stage is lit by white light, and their movements are accentuated by music.
Wherever drunken butterflies stagger towards coffee, ginger cake stumbles off cherry blossoms, aubergines crave heat till they're dancing, the unicorn dreams, it travels on a boat made of bread. The inner child is finally set free after 50 years. Where are the bananas? Not here.
A screen at the back of the stage. A hand is drawing graphite, a figure made of pencil on the screen. Graphite slowly appears on stage. She becomes visible as the hand draws her. When all of her has arrived on stage, she looks around, trying to get her bearings. She tries out her body. It is new to her. She touches her body, finds out that she can move her arms and legs, stretch them and bend them. She moves her head. Her eyes and lips creating strange grimaces. As she starts to feel at home in her body, she dances a few steps. She moves her head against the white screen behind her, and a pencil line appears following her movement. She looks at it and is excited. She moves quicker now, dances, eventually using most of the stage. Her dance is reflected in lines being drawn on the screen. An empty page appears on the screen. The following words are written in pencil on the screen as she speaks.
Where? Who? Where from? You? Who are you? Drawn to draw what is, was, could have been, could become.
The screen disappears. She pronounces the words separately, discovering that there is a whole universe of language she can use.
Travelled, arrived, will stay, will walk, dance, feel, touch, bread, bananas, ginger cake, nowhere unicorns, will think, will feel, will dream, here, there, wherever.
The lights go out. When they go on again, the stage is empty and the screen appears again. We see the following poems being written in pencil and hear Graphite's voice off stage reading them.
Here, walk through it, soaked or burnt, while your mind and feet, while trains, flying carpets, or rainbows take you there, until the light changes, and there is here. Wherever, inhabited world affected by weather, dreams with eyes closed or open, sounds that are words reaching out or turning away, hunger, sleep, sounds that are music or noise, birth next to death, next to birth, decades or minutes from one to the other, an electric silence, tomorrow's music.
The screen disappears. Graphite discovers the actor in a corner. They look at each other.
Lines reduced to ashes. Accidents are essential. Wrong words, right roots, nothing.
Before feet touch the core of the tightrope, nothing but fragments of sense.
On a chair on the edge of the stage is the director.
Everything. Write it down. Confused memories. All now. Lose distinction. Find them later. Start anywhere.
I remember. I remember before I remember. It was before my time, but I remember. Not so long ago, I was someone I nearly forgot. I have to remember to imagine. I have to remember to change. I have to remember to remember. I wanted to remember, but so much is forgotten. I wanted to forget, but I remember.
The three spotlights.
This is where the future begins.
In the forgotten. In what is lost.
If the lost would go away completely,
It would be a kind of freedom, a weight dropped.
What is lost?
trust without fear, touch.
You can be who you are without mirroring the image they want.
Don't look where love is denied.
Is there a future without memories?
Now. Remember, you are writing now.
The present is where the future starts.
Take the memory and change it.
There is another voice. It moves through walls. It moves through centuries and yet is present like the pebbles in my pocket.
Every encounter creates a new language, but the alphabet stays the same.
Language began with music to shut out fighting voices, words thrown into the emptiness of doors slammed shut. a space to live in between not yet and not anymore.
Still, in a locked room, pressing hands against ears.
Their voices are nearly gone now. Safe solitude, surrounded by friends.
We illuminate twists and turns of the road, never all of it, wanting to stay, but moving, wanting to move, but staying.
What is the story? Where am I going? What happens next?
Cut up ropes, knotted, straightened, tied, hidden behind the door, in the closed book.
How do you get to the other side?
Of the river, of the page. Words freeze, shrink, afraid to be wrong.
Carefully walk across stepping stones, throw ropes across a page and follow them.
The sea opposes depression and death. It never stops moving.
The sound of a phone put down, followed by a tape.
How are you? Fine, thanks. How are you? Fine, thanks. How are you? Fine, thanks.
The sea opposes depression and death. It never stops moving.
The lights go out. When they go on again, there are 2 doors, one each side. Graphite kneels under a table holding her ears. Loud voices of a man and a woman, and the sounds of slamming doors and footsteps coming and going.
You didn't have to go through the war. You know nothing. They took my father away in 1938. I had to leave for Palestine, me and my brothers. I had to leave school at 15 and work hard. You think you are ill. You think you need help. You know nothing.
As long as your feet are under my table, as long as you sleep under my roof, you have nothing to say. Do you understand? Nothing. I worked so hard, had to build myself a new life after the war, and now I'm a successful businessman. And you, look at you, pages and pages of useless scribbling. That won't get you anywhere. That won't feed you.
The screen appears again. The following is shown on a screen behind Graphite as well as on stage. The light goes out. When it is on again, Graphite is sitting behind the table. There are letters made of food on a plate. Carrots, celery, peppers, chocolate, etc. Graphite forms words with them.
Banana, saffron bread, cappuccino. Love feeds poetry. Pain feeds poetry. Don't feed the seagulls. Poetry feeds love. Love feeds me.
When she has finished writing, she starts eating the letters. The lights go out. When they go on again, the 2 doors open. The one on the right opens to a space with bright lights and white walls. Most of them are covered with printed pages. The other door opens to a black, empty room. The actor from the bright room.
This is where the thought and the body become one. On the stage, as in love, boundaries are fluid. I think what I feel, what I do.
The scratching of a pencil is heard from the black room. The actress from the black room. She points to the actor who is not taking notice of her.
He was here. He is gone. He touched my thoughts, my skin, changed who I am. Now my words have disappeared into the cracks.
She disappears and Graphite stands in her place.
I stay alone, so no one can leave me. Alone, because it is safer. Food was the only affection. Not real affection, more like aggression. One hand stuffs the food into your mouth and the other hits you because you're fat. I turn it around. I give myself food as warmth, as energy, But sometimes it all goes wrong and I can't stop eating. Then the hand that feeds me and the hand that hits me is the same.
The doors close, and the actor and the actress stand next to each other, first facing the audience and then turning to each other as if for the first time.
Susan,
Daniel,
Anna,
Simon,
Rachel.
Joe.
I have given you a companion, so you can start from nowhere, from nothing.
The director touches the actor's shoulder.
Daniel,
He touches the actress's shoulder.
Susan,
Three spotlights.
they are here at last.
Only just arrived.
Who will they be?
The director interrupts by switching the stage light on, making the spotlights invisible.
Enough. Come on, tell us your stories. Everything between man and woman, always as if for the first time, and always as if for the last. Always the same, always different.
Ropes fall from the ceiling. They have different colours and lengths. They are covered in words, some typed, some in handwriting. Graphite picks up two pieces of rope, a green one and a red one. She gives the green one to Susan. Susan ties it round her waist like a belt. Graphite gives the red rope to Daniel. He uses it as a scarf. The director assists Daniel and Susan, adjusting their ropes, making sure they fit correctly. Susan looks at her belt, plays with it. She walks to the front of the stage, looks at the audience as if it was a mirror. She plays with her hair, tries different expressions. Satisfied with her image, she walks across the stage. Suddenly she sees Daniel walking towards her. He hasn't noticed her yet. He is humming a song as if practicing. He keeps readjusting his scarf. He likes it, but it also irritates him. He nearly walks past Susan, but then he stops, suddenly remembering. Susan looks at him, confused, flooded by memories, not sure she wants them.
Susan, it's been so long. Do you remember in the summer about 5 years ago? The sun in your red hair and all those freckles.
On the beach, in the cafe, you appeared out of the water like a merman, all wet and salty.
And you were drinking cappuccino and eating cake as usual. You always had a book with you, but often you just gazed at the view.
You were still married. She was working that night in the surgery. I had been alone for a while. I was supposed to translate a book on Clay and Kandinsky, but spent most of my time devouring novels.
With ginger cake and cappuccino.
They look at each other for a long time, feeling close again, but also shy and uncertain.
What happened to Anna? Are you still in touch?
No, that's too soon. Stay with the mix of irritation and joy, the tenderness coming up after all this time. You're confused, not sure if you want to get involved again. You remember the beautiful moments, but also the pain of separation. Now, go back to your scene. You have to keep your curiosity. Everything is new, every person, every object you work with. This is your reality. Whatever doesn't exist should be there, not because it's better, but because it's different. I know you long for painted trees behind a red curtain, but I'm not giving you a red curtain. No painted trees.
Daniel touches Susan's hair.
I always loved your hair. It's shorter now. It suits you.
Susan enjoys the closeness, but is also confused.
I never thought a life with someone else would be possible when we were together.
Daniel plays with her hair again.
I always longed to be the only one. I tried to be with others, but
The lights go out. Music consisting of wind and waves. Graphite goes to Susan and takes away her rope. She gives her a yellow one instead. She takes Daniel's rope away and gives him a blue one. The director touches Susan's shoulder.
Anna.
The director touches Daniel's shoulder.
Simon.
They leave the stage. When Anna comes back, she has used the rope to tie her hair. She walks along a busy street. She stops because she hears music coming from a gallery. Simon is a performance artist. He makes sculptures of stone and wood, but he does that as part of a dance. He wears his rope like a snake around his leg. A few small stones and pieces of wood are lying on the floor. He dances around them, creating a sculpture through his movements. His dance is accompanied by music. Anna is fascinated, but too shy to go in. Eventually, he notices her and makes inviting her part of his dance. When she is in the gallery, he makes her the centre of his sculpture by moving the stones and the pieces of wood with his feet. It is a very sensual performance, and although nothing is said, they leave the gallery as a couple.
Well done. Your performance was beautiful. So light, like feathers carried by the same wind.
So difficult to think. It makes me dizzy, trying to hold it all together, not to explode into 1,000 pieces. Just concentrate on your fingertips, how sensitive they are. So many memories, so many names and faces, never in the right order, so many words and kisses. His name was Fulvio. It was May, on an island in Italy. I went there to write about Virginia Woolf and work on the novel. But then there was Fulvio. Long curls, brown skin. He painted boats in bright colors and thick walls of houses, mostly white. Spaghetti pomodoro and swordfish every evening. His English, my Italian, not a lot of words, but other languages invented themselves. To have turned away from everything to one face is to find oneself face to face with everything. Now, Joe and Rachel. Rachel never goes anywhere without her camera. She works for a magazine and loves her job. She travels on the same train every week, where she meets Joe.
During the last few sentences, more ropes fall on the stage. They glow as if they have a life of their own. Music, consisting of wind and waves. There are heaps of ropes on the floor now. Graphite takes a while to choose two. She gives a purple rope to Anna and a silver rope to Simon. Anna and Simon take each other's ropes off, which is like a continuation of their dance. The director touches Anna's shoulder.
Rachel.
He touches Simon's shoulder.
Joe.
Joe wears his rope as a tie, and Rachel wears hers as a necklace. The director readjusts Joe's tie and straightens Rachel's necklace. They sit opposite each other on a train. Rachel is photographing Joe. Joe interrupts after a few photographs, and Rachel stops.
It's our anniversary today. The same train every week for 3 months. You must have enough photographs for your series of people on trains, don't you?
Yes, but I'll still be taking this train to the office of my magazine every week.
Good. I would miss talking to you.
And you? What is it at the moment? Publishing? Teaching?
A bit of everything. Right now I'm going to a meeting with one of my translators. She's just finished translating a book on Clay and Kandinsky. Very interesting. Next week I have to give a talk on language in art. There's a 3-day conference which will lead to a book. And you? What is your next project?
A friend of mine is writing an article on how couples meet and how quickly they become couples. I will photograph the people he interviews.
Every couple is different, aren't they?
Yes, but there is always that moment.
It could take them 3 months, travelling on the same train.
The screen disappears. Lights out. Music consisting of wind and waves. Go on again, the 2 doors open. The actor and the actress have taken off their ropes. They throw them on the heap already on the floor. The actress stands in the bright room, the actor in the dark. They speak facing the audience.
Your eyes still glow.
You just stood there waiting for whatever had to come next, so distant I couldn't touch you. You made me feel like a fly hitting the window again and again. I never forgot, but walked the other way.
We are words in the same poem. First thought or last, you are there. I always long to be the only one.
You don't have to leave me. I'm already gone.
Lights out.
But you stay.
When the lights go on, the doors are closed. Graphite is carefully balancing a paper butterfly in her hands. She lights the match and burns it. The ashes fly off as if the butterfly were alive. Lights out. The lights go on. Music. Graphite and the actor and the actress stand surrounded by ropes. Graphite stands in the middle. They all pick up ropes and carefully and gently wrap them around each other and themselves until they are all connected, all covered in ropes, frozen into a sculpture of their stories. End of play. Lights out.